The Dunedin City Council is helping residents become more sustainable through free workshops. The council contracts sustainable living practitioner Dr Maureen Howard to run the workshops. She joins us to explain what it's all about. Good evening, Maureen.
Good evening, Rebecca.
And tell us about the work that you do for the council.
Well, the main part of my work is, as you say, these courses that I do. They're every week for 2 weeks at 2 hours a week. So basically, you know, your evening or daytime community course. And we look at a practical aspect of sustainable living each week, you know, from our energy conservation through waste reduction, water conservation, and so on.
How did you become involved with the council?
Well, it was in 2006, and I was at a meeting. It was, you know, back in the dusty past, but I was at a meeting and I saw this little flyer asking for someone, you know, to tutor a sustainable living course, and I thought, wow, this is just the thing, you know, for me. I have done, you know, adult teaching, and I really enjoyed that, and I've got a, you know, a personal passion in sustainable living and conservation. And it just seemed to bring a lot of things together for me and seemed to be the perfect kind of little thing. And then that job, you know, expanded and you know, the courses proved popular, and I've sort of branched out into a few areas of, you know, of helping people become more sustainable in the community. And
you're originally from Ireland. What brought you to Dunedin?
Yeah, it was 20 years ago this year, and yeah, well, it was a family decision. My child's father, he got a job here in the psychology department, and we were keen, you know, to have an adventure. And as soon as we arrived in Dunedin, we absolutely loved it. Yeah, you know, the beautiful beaches and strong community. It's just great.
Now, your latest course has just started. Tell us about that.
Well, it starts next week, actually. So I've just finished some courses last week, and I've got a new set of courses starting next week. We've got one in Pine Hill, which is quite exciting for me because I live in Pine Hill, so it's in my own community. And 2 in the city. They're city-wide courses for people, you know, who can come in from, you know, wherever. And so there's a daytime one there and an evening. So the Pine Hill's on Tuesday evening, and the city ones are on Wednesday morning 10 to 12 and 7 to 9 p.m.
What sort of people are attracted to your workshops?
Well, this is a question that people quite often ask me. You know, it's really a wide variety of people. I would say that, like most community courses, there tends to be more females than males. Obviously, people have an interest, you know, in learning more about sustainability and perhaps meeting others, you know, who are interested in sustainability. But I get all age groups, yeah, and people perhaps who are new to the city and, you know, perhaps have been doing sustainability things from where they were and moving here and you know, keen to find out, you know, what can you do in Dunedin.
What are some of the easiest ways to become sustainable or more sustainable?
Well, it'll vary for each person, really. I always say, you know, do what's easy first, do what is your passion, you know, what you're interested in, and finally do what's important. So, you know, if you have more time, then perhaps, you know, a smaller budget, then perhaps you'd be attracted, you know, to gardening or getting cycling and taking the bus and that kind of thing. So it'll really depend on people's, you know, their personal circumstances.
Are there any barriers to sustainability in this city?
Well, I guess, you know, I always think barriers are to be overcome, or, you know, we can minimize them. You know, some people might think there's a barrier to cycling with the steep hills, but however, we've got the buses where you can put your bike rack on the bus, and, you know, and a lot of people tend to live on the hills, and so we can cycle down the hill and get the bus up if you so wish. It's a compact city, you know, so it's got a great potential to, you know, in terms of you know, people being able to get places in a sustainable way. Food, I guess, because we live in Dunedin, you know, we might not have the same growing period as further north. But however, people discover that you can actually grow a lot in Dunedin. You know, just a few weeks ago I had a delicious winter salad that my friend made for me, everything out of her garden. So,
oh, that's wonderful. Dr Maureen Howard, Sustainable Living Practitioner, thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome. Thank you.